brazen altar, also known as the altar of sacrifice, the bronze altar or altar of burnt offering. The largest piece of tabernacle furniture, approximately 7.5 feet long by 7.5 feet wide, standing 4.5 feet tall. This was the first thing you'd see entering the tabernacle, and where the priest would offer up sacrifices. The sinner would bring the offering, lay hands on the animal's head, transferring their sin to the animal. Blood would then be shed. The laver, made from the bronze looking glasses of the women, melted down and formed into a basin. It was filled with water and used by the priests to wash their hands and feet before entering the tent of meeting. It was the second piece of tabernacle furniture, preceded by the brazen altar. While the altar represented sacrifice and salvation, the laver represented preparation for acts of service and coming before the Lord clean and pure. The table of showbread, also referred to as the table of showbread and the table of presence. Inside the holy place, it measured approximately 3 feet long, 1.5 feet wide, and stood 2 1/4 feet tall. It was made of acacia wood and overlaid with gold. On it were 4 vessels of pure gold, bowls to hold frankincense, pans and spoons to sprinkle frankincense, pitchers for liquid offerings, and dishes to hold 12 cakes of bread, representing the 12 tribes of Israel. The cakes were to be made of fine flour, sprinkled with frankincense, and the table was to always be full. The altar of incense, also referred to as the golden altar or the golden altar of incense. Inside the holy place, it measured approximately 3 feet tall and was 1.5 feet square. It was made of acacia wood and overlaid with gold. Placed before the veil into the Holy of Holies, the altar was used to burn incense and create a pleasing aroma before the Lord. The incense was to be kept burning at all times. Twice a day, incense would be poured over hot coals, and it was an expression of worship and never-ceasing prayer to God. The golden lampstand, weighing over 100 pounds, it was made from one solid piece of gold. Skillfully crafted and decorated, the lampstand consisted of 3 main parts: the base, the shaft, and the branches. Each of the 6 branches and the center shaft ended in a cup made in the form of an open almond flower. At the very top, the open petals of the flower held an oil lamp. Twice a day, a priest would attend to the lamp. The light was never to be extinguished, as it was a constant reminder that God was with his people. It was the only source of light inside the holy place. The veil, meant to separate imperfect man from a holy God. The veil was made of finely spun linen of white, blue, purple, and scarlet. It had upon it figures of cherubim, and no one could go through it into the Holy of Holies except the high priest on the Day of Atonement. During the time Jesus was on earth, a similar veil was ripped from top to bottom upon his death. It was said by Josephus, the historian, that the veil was 4 inches thick and that 2 horses could not tear it apart. The Ark of the Covenant, the only piece of furniture in the Holy of Holies. It was made of acacia wood and overlaid with gold inside and out. It was 3 3/4 feet long by 2 1/4 feet wide and high. It contained the 2 stone tablets of the 10 Commandments, a golden pot full of manna, and Aaron's rod that had budded. The lid of the ark, known as the mercy seat, had 2 cherubim on either side, made from pure gold, with their wings pointing in. God met with his people on the mercy seat, the cloud resting above it, his glory lighting the room, and his voice heard in between the cherubim.